self-published, but we still running for covers now. Imagine me in pageantries rebranded as awards. What's the difference between them auction blocks and cooning for applause? Even selling out or buying something that you can't afford. It ain't a plan to keep us, the plan to be ignored. But I guess I gotta do it on myself. It's not probably better off without you though. Oh yeah, it's working.
Welcome to the Air Canada Centre in Toronto, Ontario. It's a Sunday showcase on ESPN on EA Sports as we get set for tonight's matchup between the Toronto Raptors and the New Orleans Pelicans. All right, as the game gets underway, what's the key to success for Toronto tonight?
I love everything about Anthony Davis. His game speaks for himself. But when you're trying to be the best player on a really significant NBA team, you better have the right character. And Anthony Davis, to me, was humbled as a high school player where they didn't win very much. Then he goes to the Bluegrass State and wins big at Kentucky and was their best player, but was able to retain his humility. To me, that says a lot about who he is and who he will be as he continues to grow in NBA fame and stature.
One of the strengths of Lowry, Jeff, is a word that Clyde Frazier likes to use, the great Hall of Famer, pugnacious. He has that attitude on the court.
That's a nice word by Clyde, and it's very descriptive of Kyle Lowry's whole approach to the game. He's not afraid of confrontation. He goes right to the rim, takes on and absorbs a great amount of contact, and then at the other end, he's not afraid to put his body in the fray for loose balls, for rebounds, taking charges. I really love his demeanor on the floor.
Nobody near him. Takes the three. Davis's first shot tonight. Can't get it to go.
That's just not getting it done defensively. If you want to win in close games, you've got to eliminate open jump shots.
George, nice touch.
You need guys who can make shots under duress and pressure. That was a well-defended possession, but that man stuck it even against the best defense.
For the Raptors, the young Jonas Valanciunas, who's got a world of potential. It's time for him to start putting up some big numbers, Jeff.
Good hands. He can score around the bucket. Where he needs to really focus in, as does the whole Toronto team, is how do they improve defensively. Valanciunas has had his difficulties in defending pick and rolls. Like a lot of big guys, he's got to continue to grow in that area.
Number 30, Norris Cole.
For three, the wide open shot. Perkins the rebound. Puts it up with 1 left on the clock. And a new 24 seconds on the clock. Nice touch at the basket.
Everybody clap your hands.
Jeff, you always talk about leadership in an organization. General Manager Masai Ujiri, head coach Dwayne Casey. They really have done a good job gaining some stability for this organization.
And it was so important. They were languishing for so long. To build and solidify a roster that can win, they've done that. They've got cornerstone-type players in DeMar DeRozan. They've really re-energized their fan base. I just love what the Toronto Raptors are doing in the country up north.
The assist from number 30.
Toronto's leading New Orleans by a score of 11-9. He shoots, and Jonas Valanciunas with a 2-pointer.
They haven't wasted any time in establishing an offense based around ball movement and player movement, and the results speak for themselves.
Perkins fires. Valanciunas the rebound. Lowry on the drive. Here's the Euro step. Oh, that's a beauty. 4-2. You know, Jeff, the Pelicans, they were swept in the first round by the eventual champion Warriors, but it was closer than that. They made Golden State sweat a little bit, and it was mainly because of the unbelievable play of Anthony Davis.
Yeah, Anthony Davis is such a nightmare matchup, Mike. I just think this guy is going to continue to shoot up the charts of great players in our league. I like who he is, and you know what, Mike? If they get better and healthier perimeter play, they have a chance to move up in this tough Western Conference.
Jeff, remember when Dirk Nowitzki, one of the great power forwards of all time, said that Anthony Davis is the future of power forwards? That's pretty high praise from a future Hall of Famer.
Yeah, especially one who basically revolutionized the stretch four position. And listen, we have the Greek freak, but this is the Chicago freak. When you have the wingspan that Davis has, and then you have the skill level that he has, plus the humbleness, man, you've got the entire package. This guy, Mike, is going to go down as one of the all-time greats when he's done.
Into the game for the Pelicans, number 1, Tyreke Evans.
Out of bounds, turnover. DeRozan against Douglas, gets it up for 2. Oh, nice rebound by Douglas. Davis is looking to operate from down low. Goes for the three-pointer. Valanciunas the rebound. Shoots the 3 off balance. Can't connect from way downtown. Jeff, one of the best parts of our job is watching Anthony Davis play. This young man has potential to be the best player in the league.
Without question, he has grown in his time at Kentucky and been in his first few years in the NBA. This guy has not even started to reach his vast potential, Mike. I think he's going to continue to grow, and he will be a multiple times MVP winner in our league.
Scola for 2. Nice finish around the rim.
Right from the start here in the first half, they've made a conscious effort to move the basketball around and get quality shots.
Evans against Ross, gets past the defender. Evans, clearly foul called against the Raptors. Second team foul. And Tyreke Evans will go to the line. He's shooting 80% for the season.
Look, you got to put yourself in position to be fouled if you're a good offensive player and a great free throw shooter. Take advantage of your strengths. Earn your way to the free throw line.
Into the game for Toronto.
Jeff, I know you've really watched this kid, Anthony Davis. He has skyrocketed to being one of the elites in the game.
Well, you saw it in the World Games. You saw it in the season last year. He's as good a player, and let me repeat that. He's as good a player as any guy in this league. And if you were doing a draft for the future, he would be the #1 pick.
Scola for 2, shoots away.
2 points.
Davis from downtown. Davis's long-range jumper won't go. Lowry against Douglas. And now he moves around the defender. DeRozan for 3. He's wide open. Evans will go to the free throw line. He's 2 for 2 from the line here tonight.
A good offense is about getting the ball in your best players' hands in their best spot. And then all the great offensive players have a knack for drawing fouls. This great free throw shooter has earned his way to the charity stripe, and that's smart basketball.
Substitutions, Toronto.
One of the things you love about Davis is his attitude. Everything is team first. He'll put up big numbers, but he'll do anything and everything to try and win a game.
Well, think about it, Mike. He won an NCAA championship in his only year at Kentucky, and then he comes into a rebuilding situation in the NBA, and he plays very, very well, deals with an injury, deals with losing. I think this guy is ready for a huge breakthrough, and his team is poised and positioned well for a similar breakthrough. I'm looking for big things from Anthony Davis.
There's the whistle. Nice job drawing the foul. And Anthony Davis will go to the line for a couple of free throws. Anthony Davis, Jeff, certainly one of the best players in the game, but you've got to give his teammates credit. They've allowed him to flourish.
To some extent, I agree with you. I think it's a coaching staff thing. I think it's a teammate thing. But really, what they need for Anthony Davis to reach his potential is more and better depth.
Number 44, Dante Cunningham. Subbing in for the Toronto Raptors. Number 3, James Johnson.
Goes 2 for 2 at the line. Jeff, we spoke of Davis's emergence earlier. What do you love most about this kid's game?
The versatility, the ability, without really having the offense run through him, to still get 30 on a night. This is a great player. But, Mike, if I had to narrow it down to one thing, it's his humbleness and his teamness. He has them both, and it's very unique in star players.
Out of bounds. Whistle sounds. It'll be Pelicans ball. Toronto's leading New Orleans by a score of 23-17. Lowry and lays it home.
You want to keep attacking the basket and get layups around the rim. That's how you score consistently.
Douglas draws the double. Nobody's near him. Misses the two. Gets to the rim. Knocks it down for two.
Sometimes the simplest plays are the hardest ones to execute. Good layup.
Douglas against Powell. Ball loose again. Stripped and stolen by Lowry. Big year for the Raptors last year, Jeff. They make the playoffs. They lose a tough first-round series, but they've got some... And the run continues, Jeff. Boy, it's getting uncomfortable. Why haven't they called timeout?
This is shocking right here, that they have not broken the momentum by calling a timeout. This is what the weapon of the timeout is supposed to be used for if you're a coach. Break the momentum.
Lowry the rebound. Puts it up for two. Nails it. Boy, oh boy, they finally call a timeout. They were long overdue for that.
I was about to get on my knees and beg them to take a timeout. Finally, they did. They called it, and now they're able to break the momentum of this run. When everybody is involved in touching the ball, like what's happening here in the first half, and you've got your assist total up, then you're going to create also a defensive intensity at the other end of the floor. And that's exactly what has happened here in the first half.
Number 31, Terrence Ross.
Ross, known as a slam dunk champion earlier in his career, but this guy is starting to become more of a basketball player.
He is. He's a high flyer, but he's using it at the right times to attack the rim. His three-point shot has improved. Listen, you don't want to be known as a dunker or just as a dunker in this league. When you're young, yeah, you love that, those Sports Center top 10 plays being on that. But what you really want to do is earn the respect of your peers in the league, and you do that by honing your entire game.
Good free throw shooting, knocks down a pair. There's the double team. Anderson fires away for two. And Ryan Anderson with the bucket. It's per game this season. Patterson's trying for position in the paint.
1 minute left in the first quarter.
Threading the needle through the defense. And Terrence Ross with the nice look. Sinks it.
Dribble penetration will always break down your defense. You've got to keep the ball out of the paint. You can't allow it right at the basket for easy shots.
The Pelicans with the offensive rebound for a second chance opportunity. Toronto's leading New Orleans by a score of 35-21. To the rim. That's good for two.
See, that's their problem there defensively. They're allowing the ball to get deep in the paint and right at the basket. You cannot defend like that and win basketball games.
Evans against Ross. The two defenders converge. Lets it go for two. For three. Quarter coming to an end. He fires it up. And that's it for the first quarter. The Raptors up by 16. Stay with us for more NBA on ESPN Sunday after the break. Jeff, as a coach, you've got to be really happy with that start. What was most impressive?
Just the solid nature of their performance. You don't need to do the spectacular in the NBA to succeed. You need to do the things that you can control, and they did that in quarter number one.
Can't hit the three.
And they just can't seem to get locked in from distance. There's been too many misses on wide open opportunities.
Unable to flip it in.
You got to finish with strength in the paint. You can't go up weak like that.
Evans against Valanciunas. Anderson. DeRozan the rebound. Ross against Anderson. Fires with two on the 24. The Raptors with a rebound, and they'll get a new shot clock.
2 points.
And once again, when the ball is up in the air, they're the ones coming down with it. This is the kind of effort that it's great to see.
Wide open. The Pelicans with control on the rebound. And Ryan Anderson with a nice play.
That's just a nice layup right there.
DeRozan against Evans. Scola on the drive. Ross from downtown with 3 on the 24. Evans against Scola. And he puts it down.
If that's the best he can do as a defender, then he has to come out and sit next to me as the coach. You've got to keep the ball handler out on the perimeter and make him take jump shots.
Gets it off. That's a two-pointer. Perkins' jump shot won't go.
Hey, you're not a one-man team. You've got to spread the ball around so that you can get better shots than that. A coach cannot stand for those type of shots.
DeRozan against Evans. Has to adjust. It's good. And the foul on the assist from DeMar DeRozan. And Jonas Valanciunas will go to the line looking to complete the three-point play.
You earned it. Take the hit, take the blow, finish the play.
Shooting 1.
Able to convert the free throw, and he completes the three-point play. Perkins is looking for position in the paint. Anderson against Valanciunas. For 3 with 1 on the clock. DeRozan the rebound. Ross fires away. And Tyreek Evans with a strong rebound. He's averaging 5 rebounds per game this season. Goes to the goal. Puts it in. Knocks down his first shot of the night. And Toronto calls timeout and just won a 20.
Look, you can't give up layups like that. You got to protect the basket and the paint at all costs.
Into the game for the New Orleans Pelicans, number 23.
DeRozan against Evans. DeRozan falling away, gets it up. DeRozan's two-pointer won't go.
Anybody can play. Very few players can win. And the way you win in this league, you come out ready in the first half. They haven't done it so far, but challenging shots just like that one right there, that'll get you back in it.
Fires for 2. Terrence Ross with the excellent feed.
The assist from number
Evans
31.
into the front court.
Ross.
Davis for 2. Puts it up. And Jonas Valanciunas with his 5th rebound. DeRozan on the drive, inside. That's a 2. And DeMar DeRozan with 9 points.
That's nice body control right there on that layup. Good finish.
They double him. Throws it back. Toronto's leading New Orleans by a score of 48-27. Patterson's looking to set up in the paint. DeRozan on the drive. Oh, he slams it through.
Oh, look at the athleticism exploding up to finish with the hammer.
Evans for 2. Unable to flip it in.
This team defense, protecting the paint, has been outstanding from the very start.
Valanciunas for two. Lets it go. Knocks down the shot. He's 4 for 5 from the field.
Number 54, Patrick Patterson.
Here's the screen. Pivots toward the rim with the drop step. Davis, count it, plus the foul. Jonas Valanciunas picks up his first foul of the night.
Great concentration to finish the play and get the three-point play opportunity.
Valanciunas, the rebound. He's got 6 rebounds in this matchup. DeRozan against Evans. Valanciunas fires, unable to flip it in. Fires again, gets it to go. And it's a 25-point lead for Toronto. And Alvin Gentry calls a timeout, trying to come up with some new strategy to cut into this deficit.
Your job as a coach is try to keep the game close. Here, they just totally mismanaged their timeout by allowing their opponent to go on this huge run and then calling a timeout. Why call a timeout now? The game is basically over. You've allowed the lead to balloon.
Coaches now feeling they need to make some changes on the floor.
Substitutions, Toronto.
Anderson for 2. Unable to flip it in. Lowry into the front court. Lowry from downtown. Nobody near him. No go from beyond the arc.
You want to know why this team is getting blown out? It's because they're giving up wide open jump shots.
Ref blows the whistle. He's got a foul.
Team foul number 2 for the New Orleans Pelicans. Tony Douglas, shooting 2.
Knocks down the first one. Toronto's leading New Orleans by a score of 54-31. Patterson against Anderson. Lowry jump shot. No good from downtown.
You work in this league, you win. They haven't worked in the first half, but going forward, if they put the work in, they could work themselves right back into this game.
Patterson jump shot. Shot no good. Shoots the 3. Douglas' shot from downtown won't go.
You need ego in this league to be a good player, but you can't have an ego that is outsized of what your role should be. Right here, ego got in the way of him being a good player by making him take a shot that is not his shot or in his spot.
Patrick Patterson with a perfect delivery.
You want to keep attacking the basket and get layups around the rim. That's how you score consistently.
Puts it up. The Pelicans with the offensive rebound for a new 24. Hits for 2. And Ryan Anderson with 6 points. DeRozan against Douglas. Lowry nails it. That's a 2-pointer. And it's a 25-point lead for the Raptors.
Number 3, James Johnson.
Anderson from outside, a 3-pointer. Toronto's leading New Orleans by a score of 58-33. Lowry's backing down on the low post. Good finish inside. Kyle Lowry with 12 points. Late stages of the first half, we have a timeout.
I don't understand the timeout management here. You need to try to keep the game within striking distance. Instead, they allow them to go on this big run to run up this huge lead, and now they take their timeout.
Substitutions as both teams mix it up.
For New Orleans, number 5, Kendrick Perkins. Entering the game for Toronto.
Toronto's leading New Orleans by a score of 60. Throws it down.
Oh, that's a sweet finish right there. Dunking the ball with strength and force.
For 2, shoots away. Douglas the rebound. To the basket, flips it up. Whistle blows, it's a foul, and he'll head to the line with under a minute and a half to go here in the first half. The first free throw. Able to convert on both free throws. Toronto's leading New Orleans by a score of 60-37. Lowry jump shot. Won't go for 3.
No question, they've dug themselves a huge hole here in the first half because they haven't been defensively dominant. But the way to get back in the game is contest shots just like that.
The assist from number 16, Tony Douglas.
Lowry jump shot. Rebound snatched by Douglas. Davis fires away for two. It's good. A 9-0 run for the Pelicans.
Number 30, Norris Cole.
Wide open for two. Time winding down. He just flips it up. And that'll do it for the first half. The Raptors up by 18. We send it now to Jalen Rose.
Hey everyone, it's Jalen Rose, and I've got your EA Sports halftime report. The Raptors entered halftime with a solid lead. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. These are the guys getting buckets for the Toronto Raptors. The Pelicans were in need of a bit more scoring if they wanted the halftime lead. They've been scrappy, doing their best to be competitive. We'll see if their efforts are more rewarded in the second half. These are the guys getting buckets for the New Orleans Pelicans.
Game track.
Assists. The New Orleans Pelicans struggled to play the angle and allowed too many passing lanes to exist. However, some credit has to go to their opponents for the way they move the ball. They've been taking advantage of the situation.
Player of the half.
Jonas Valanciunas put in the hard work that's needed to grab all of those rebounds. He was a rock for his team. And here's a look at his stat line. Every player that makes it to the NBA is a great athlete. But even the best players have off nights. Today has just been one of those nights for this guy. All right, back to the second half. I'll see you after the game.
Welcome back to the Air Canada Center for the second half. Jeff Van Gundy alongside me here tonight. Mike Breen on hand. Toronto's in one of those zones, halftime here, and they are up huge. Can they play any better?
Just mesmerizing offensive basketball. Sharing it, running the floor, running hard, execution. That was just beautiful basketball to watch.
He puts it up, unable to flip it in.
I like it. I'm seeing more effort in the last couple of minutes than we saw in the first half. It may not result in a win here tonight, but the effort is something they can build on going forward.
Can't hit.
Hey, you're not a one-man team. You've got to spread the ball around so that you can get better shots than that. A coach cannot stand for those type of shots.
Ross fires away. It's good. A 2-pointer. And Terrence Ross with 6 points. Davis jump shot. Puts it in. A 2-pointer. New Orleans is shooting 38% from the field.
You're not going to see a better possession in the NBA from both sides of the ball. Good defense, good offense. Good offense won out that time.
To the reverse. The layup, no good.
You never know in this league. You just work for 48 minutes. Challenge shots, make it hard on the other team. You can get back in the game.
To the rim. It's good. A two-pointer.
Hey, you can only control what you can control. The defense there was great. It was just a better shot.
Scola against Davis from downtown. That's good. Toronto's 2 for 10 from the outside.
Excellent balance. Beautiful release. Knocked it in.
There's the pick. Falling away, gets it off. That shot won't go.
Poise and precision will get you a better quality shot than that. That's a bailout shot. That's a, I'm going to try to get us back in and be a hero type of shot.
Smothering defense, and he gets the shot up off the mark. Fires away for two. Valanciunas, the rebound. DeRozan against Douglas. For two. Touch there, not this time. The two defenders swarm. At the rim, DeRozan the rebound. He's got 5 rebounds in this game. Lowry coming across. Scola's trying to get down low. DeRozan against Davis. Driving baseline to the basket. Yep, he hit him. A foul called against Perkins. And DeMar DeRozan will go to the line for the first time tonight.
Team foul number 1 for Toronto. DeMar DeRozan to the line.
First free throw, perfect.
Into the game for the Toronto Raptors. Number 3, James Johnson.
So he hits the first and misses the second. Oh, an authoritative dunk.
Oh, that's nice right there. The finish at the rim with the nice dunk.
DeRozan knocks it down. That's a 2-pointer, and it's an 18-point lead for the Raptors.
Number 7, Kyle Lowry.
Davis is looking to do damage in the paint. Davis for 2, puts it up. Davis is unable to hit. Puts it up from three-point land. Shot from way outside, no good. Kyle Lowry's 0 for 4 from outside. And we have a foul called against Perkins. Toronto's 4 for 5 from the line tonight.
Listen, they're down big in the second half. Anybody can give in right now. I like to see players who are willing to play the full 48 minutes and contest shots just like that.
And gets both points from the line. Toronto's leading New Orleans by a score of 70-50.
Oh, what a great dunk.
Oh, look at the athleticism exploding up to finish with the hammer.
Anthony Davis.
DeRozan against Douglas, blows past the defender. DeRozan for two. DeRozan's off target, hits the backboard and out of play. Dwayne Casey switching a few players here. Perkins is looking to operate from down low. To the rim, off the mark from point-blank range.
Hey, they got lucky right there. They gave him a good look right at the rim, and were just fortunate that the ball didn't go down.
Puts it up. That's good. And Kyle Lowry with 14 points.
The assist from number 31, Terrence Ross.
Davis against Patterson. Bad pass taken away there by Lowry. Patterson's working hard, backing down his opponent. Patterson's shot misses the mark.
Hey, you can sugarcoat it, but this is a disappointing effort. One good challenge doesn't cover up the multitude of defensive sins that have gone into this game.
Valanciunas, and it's good, and the foul. Block called against Perkins. And Jonas Valanciunas will go to the line. One shot to complete the three-point play.
I love it when I see a guy concentrate through contact. He did, getting the ball in the basket and drawing the foul.
And he misses that one free throw. Lowry's looking to post up down low. Tries it again. Puts it in. And Jonas Valanciunas with 17 points. Perkins is trying for position in the paint. Wide open for three. Can't hit from long distance.
Hey, look, they're getting blown out here in the second half. They haven't played well. But if they keep creating these wide open shots, it will pay.
Puts it in and draws the foul.
You earned it. Take the hit, take the blow, finish the play.
Number 4, New Orleans Pelicans are at the limit.
It's the free throw. Three-point play complete. And New Orleans calls a timeout. They'll need to come up with a new strategy here.
I don't understand the timeout management here. You need to try to keep the game within striking distance. Instead, they allow them to go on this big run to run up this huge lead, and now they take their timeout.
Substitutions, New Orleans. Into the game for Toronto, number 6, Corey Joseph.
Anderson for two, lets it go. Able to put it in. The Pelicans down by 25. Ross against Evans. He steps out of bounds. It'll be Pelicans ball.
Look, I'm for widening the court. That would be one of my rule changes. But if not, stay within bounds. You can't have unforced turnovers like that.
In the paint. Oh, can't get it to drop.
Hey, that's a team playing the score, not the game. That's too easy of an attempt, even though you have a big lead.
Patterson fires. And a nice finish at the basket. Patrick Patterson with 7 points.
Number 6, Corey Joseph.
Evans against Ross. For the layup. And Ryan Anderson with a nice shot for 2.
The best way to make a comeback in the NBA, wide open threes, layups, dunks, free throws. You do that by getting the ball at the basket.
Ross against Evans. Fires away with the clock winding down. Misfires on the 3. Knocks it down. A 2-pointer. And it's a 27-point lead for the Raptors.
The NBA is a long game. You just got to grind it out. That closeout right there will slowly get you back into the ballgame.
Evans against Ross. And he curls in. Gets to the rim. Able to knock it down. And Tyreek Evans with 7 points.
Sometimes the simplest plays are the hardest ones to execute. Good layup.
To the rim. Knocks it down. He's shooting 50% from the field.
Nice layup off the drive to get the easy basket.
Anderson's looking for position in the paint. Nice up and under move. And Ryan Anderson with a 2-pointer. He's averaging 17 points per game this season.
And with an up and under reminiscent of Kevin McHale, he scores the bucket.
Ross against Evans. Patterson forces it with the time winding down on the clock. And New Orleans calls a timeout. They need to stop the bleeding right now.
Your job as a coach is try to keep the game close. Here, they just totally mismanaged their timeout by allowing their opponent to go on this huge run and then calling the timeout. Why call a timeout now? The game is basically over. You've allowed the lead to balloon.
Like both teams are making substitutions.
Number 16, Tony
Evans against Ross.
Stepping in for the Toronto Raptors, number 7, Kyle Lowry.
Douglas has the double team close in. Gets it to go.
Look, you can't give up layups like that. You got to protect the basket and the paint at all costs.
Lowry moves into the front. Power dribble with the drop step. Lets it go. Davis the rebound. Mismatch. Toronto's leading New Orleans by a score of 87-62. Anderson puts it in. That's a 2-pointer.
You're down big. How are you going to work your way back into the game? Drive the ball to the basket to get points in the paint and also the chance of getting fouled.
Goes to the goal. There's the whistle. Good job to draw the foul. Toronto's shooting 77% from the line.
New Orleans Pelicans are in the penalty.
And he connects on the first free throw. Goes 2 for 2 at the line. final seconds of the quarter, just flips it up. 3 quarters complete. The Raptors up by 25. Stay tuned for more Sunday Night NBA presented by ESPN and EA Sports after this short break. It's on to the fourth quarter, and at this point, when you're on the road, it's always difficult to come from behind.
They have shown absolutely no interest into chipping into this lead. That's why they're getting hammered. I don't see it changing because I don't see their attitudes changing.
Douglas in possession. Anderson. The Pelicans with the offensive rebound for another possession. Toronto's leading New Orleans by a score of 89-66. And he throws it down.
Oh, that's a sweet finish right there. Dunking the ball with strength and force.
Douglas bringing it up here. Evans on the drive, hits the shot. He's shooting 75% from the field here tonight. Lowry walks it across. Valanciunas for 2. The Raptors with the offensive rebound to keep it alive. Toronto's leading New Orleans by a score of 93-68. Evans against Powell. Anderson fires as the shot clock expires. Tyreke Evans with his 3rd assist of the night.
Number 1, Tyreke Evans.
Lowry bringing it up. Blows past his man. Reverses. It's good. And it's a 25-point lead for the Raptors.
Good job finding the seam, getting to the rim, and finishing strong.
Evans against Powell. Double team closing in. Inside. Can't lay it home.
They've been strong defensively tonight, but not right there. Right there, they were lucky when they missed at the rim.
Puts it up. Oh, difficult shot.
What more could the defense have done, Mike? They had him double teamed, and he still managed to get off the shot.
Number 3, James Johnson.
Douglas draws the double team. Knocks it down for 2. And Ryan Anderson with 18 points. Oh, he beats the defender. Lowry for 2. Shoots away. Can't get it to go. And Jonas Valanciunas with the bucket.
I like it. I'm seeing more effort in the last couple minutes than we saw in the first half. It may not result in a win here tonight, but the effort is something they can build on going forward.
Finds his space and takes the wide open 3. Just gets it off in time. Nails it. And Luis Scola with 8 points. And Alvin Gentry calls a timeout. His team desperately trying to get back into this one. personnel changes for both sides right now.
New Orleans Pelicans. Number 23, Anthony Davis. Subbing in.
Davis can't get the layup to drop.
You've got to protect the basket in this league. Good job defensively tonight, not allowing makes at the rim.
To the basket, flips, puts it in, plus the foul. A sweet dish from Luis Scola. And Jonas Valanciunas will get to the line to try and finish the three-point play.
That's the concentration you need to finish with contact and earn your way to the free throw line.
Unable to connect on the free throw. To the rim, and Anthony Davis with a nice look, sinks it.
You want to keep attacking the basket and get layups around the rim. That's how you score consistently.
Fires away for two. Valanciunas' attempt won't go.
Listen, they're down big in the second half. Anybody can give in right now. I like to see players who are willing to play the full 48 minutes and contest shots just like that.
Valanciunas fires away for two. Won't go. Unable to flip it in. Looks to put it back up again. That's good for two. He's 2 for 6 from the field.
Number 30, Norris
Lowry brings it across. An effective drop step. Wide open for three. Bang! From downtown. Toronto's 3 for 13 from the perimeter.
Hey, they have just gotten steamrolled here tonight. This offensive execution has been fantastic. The defensive intensity, not good enough to stop this offensive juggernaut.
Good personnel change going on right now.
Number 33, Ryan Anderson. Into the game for Toronto, number 54, Patrick Patterson.
And he steps out of bounds. At the rim, and he draws the foul. Perkins picks up his 4th of the night. Toronto's 9 for 12 from the line.
Number 2 for the Raptors.
First good free throw shooting, knocks down a pair. Toronto's leading New Orleans by a score of 108 to 76. Anderson against Patterson into the paint. That's a 2. And Ryan Anderson with 6 points here in the 4th quarter. Lowry on the drive. Scola's working hard, trying to back down his opponent. Terrific block by Davis. That's a three-pointer. The defense nowhere near him. Bang! And that's the third three-pointer for the Pelicans.
Tremendous balance, follow through, arc, rotation. Wow.
Patterson from downtown, and Anthony Davis with his 5th rebound. Lots of room there. Anderson's off the mark from three-point land.
Listen, when you're not making shots, it looks bad. There's no other way around it. It doesn't mean they're executing poorly. It's just when they're getting these threes and both teams are missing, you're not getting the results you like.
The assist from number 7, Kyle Lowry.
Fires from three-point range. Can't hit from way outside. Lowry set to bring it up. Looks to the post. Tries to fake the up and under. Knocks down the shot. And Luis Scola with 6 points here in the 4th.
Really like the solid footwork shown there on the up and under move, and scores the bucket.
Strong move to the rim. Slams it down.
The assist from number 3.
Toronto's leading New Orleans by a score of 112-83. Lowry fires away. Gets it to go. Toronto's shooting 58% from the field.
The assist from number 4, Luis Scola.
Oh, he shoots and hits for 2. Anthony Davis with 18 points and 5 rebounds. Patterson for 2. Puts it up. It's good. Kyle Lowry with 2 assists. Now with a double-double.
The assist from number 7, Kyle Lowry.
Davis against Scola. Slams it home for 2. As we wind down the 4th, there's a timeout. Lowry for 2. That's good. Kyle Lowry with 9 points here in the 4th quarter. Evans for 2. Lets it go. The Pelicans with the offensive rebound for a second chance opportunity. Perkins the jumper. The Pelicans with control on the rebound. Nails it. That's a 2-pointer. He's 8 for 16 from the field. To the basket. It's good. 2-pointer.
Sometimes the simplest plays are the hardest ones to execute. Good layup.
Evans on the drive. Perkins against Scola. Perkins fades for 2. Can't get it to fall.
That's not part of his game.
Gets past the defense. Nice. Lowry against Davis. Shot clock expires. 24-second violation called against the Raptors. And looks like we have a little player shuffling going on here.
Raptors. Number 17, Jonas Valanciunas. Into the game for New Orleans. Number 44, Dante
Lets it
Cunningham.
go. And time runs out. The final score is 120-89. For Jeff Van Gundy and our entire EA Sports crew, this is Mike Breen saying good night.
Jalen Rose here, and I've got your EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Raptors came away with the victory in this one. The scoring display they put on is going to be hard to forget. It's hard to imagine anyone doesn't come away impressed with how effectively they scored their points. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Toronto Raptors. The Pelicans couldn't put it together to get the victory here today. And even though some of them smiled and shook hands with the other guys after the game, you can tell by the way they headed to the tunnels how disappointed they were about this loss. Check out the leading scores for the New Orleans Pelicans.
Game track. 3-point field goal percentage.
The Toronto Raptors were able to stretch the defense because of how effectively they were scoring from long range. The opposition couldn't make the necessary adjustments and now have to settle with the loss. And here we have a look at the game stats.
Player of the game.
And here we have a look at the stats.
Who was cold?
What can you say about a guy like this? Except that he fits the title of this segment. He was definitely cold in this game. Time now for the top plays of the game.
Number 3. Number 2. Number 1.
On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose. We look forward to seeing you again next time.